So Skye Frank was actually thrown a bone to get invited and actually booked at Charlie's Con in Fort Myers, Florida. Right? He did a flyer. Yeah, I'm saying he was putting on a great show from what I hear from all the pictures I see. And you see this person right there. Right there. Skye Frank. You like, wait, Skye Frank at a convention? Yeah, she's there, man. She's there. Okay. So you're like, all right, well, what happened? It went horribly wrong. You saw her make this post right here, warning, Charlie's Comic-Con is a scam. Not only was it a horrible show, it's ran by a horrible, unprofessional man. You know what I'm saying?
Stop the cap.
I signed a contract with Charlie. He tried to lowball me on my guarantee when I stood up for myself and told him and his wife, we are on contract. They need to pay me, after he said the contract doesn't mean anything and tried to swindle his way through it. He cussed me out in front of kids. There she's trying to gaslight y'all. And fans that were present, upset because he had to pay me what was owed, which was only $650. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Skye has a guarantee? No way. Yeah, well, to those that don't know, she typically never has a guarantee. She never has a paid hotel. It's always, hey, you got to get here. You got to pay for your own ish. It's never like, oh, we have a Skye. Yeah, let's book her. Let's book her. And someone said, Brent, Skye's poster illegal. Shout out to you, Aerostorm. Oh my goodness. We'll get to that later, Aerostorm. I promise you. She says, I was scared and very uncomfortable with his actions. I felt like he wanted to harm me. How he approached the situation, using insulting, vulgar language towards me, telling me to go F myself. Now, I did speak to Charlie, and he was like, yeah, I did say this stuff, but she's leaving out a lot of context. So I'm gonna bring him up soon so he can fill in the context. I did not perform at that show because he only had 2 Bluetooth speakers and a bad microphone. Not only that, but he put all of his celebrity guests in a bad hotel, and my hotel room was leaking water from the ceiling in 5 different places. When they moved me into another room, the room was infested with bugs. I have videos for proof. Not only that, but he also booked my flight to leave the next day at 6:30 p.m. when checkout was at 11 a.m. in the morning, with no transportation to the airport. Also, not contacting me after the show due to him being upset about paying what he owes on the contract. Now, we do have our contract, and we do have some text messages to go through. Now, when you go through these text messages, you're going to see these are texts between her and him. And they're talking about, hey, the flight. Hey, okay, thanks. I was just, wait, let me make sure I got them in order. Looks like I got them in order. Yes. I got them in order. And we're going to talk about our contract. So I'm so happy he had proof to just squash all that BS she was talking to try to gaslight y'all into thinking that, that she was a victim, because she's not. She's always the aggressor every time. But, people are going to believe what they believe. So, okay, thanks. I was just confused for a second. Do I head back on the 12th? Yes, at 6:30 p.m. Now, you'll think if 6:30 p.m. was a problem, she'd be like, oh, 6:30 p.m. is too late. No. Oh, I thought the show was on the 22nd. My friend reminded me it was on the 11th. If he never said that right now, I would have missed my flight. I had no idea it was on the 11th. I'm glad I caught that now. No, definitely not the 22nd. Yeah, I see that now. Well, I'll be there. See you soon. I got your promo video. Okay, please send it. So, what happens is these convention owners, they'll send you a promo. Hey, can you post this on your channel? Just, help me help you type thing. Hey, quick question. Is anybody going to be able to pick me up from the airport and take me to a hotel? Or do I got an Uber? This is someone who hasn't been there before, right? You're like, wait, you got an Uber? Yeah, no one's picking her up from the hotel. We're not doing no car service for you. But hey, no, you're on your own, LOL, jokingly. Yes, me or my wife will pick you up. You're too funny. He's saying you're too funny because he's used to dealing with top talent who expect a ride from there. So he's treating her just like all the other talent that he books. Just like all other talent. Oh, I was going to say, okay, I didn't mean like a personal driver. I just figured maybe if someone else is flying in at the same time, we can catch a ride together or something. I'm just tight on money right now. I was trying to budget Uber money. Now, you know you in a bind, you know what I'm saying?
I'm in a bind, Nate.
When you're trying to budget Uber money. Tough times out here, man. Tough times. Now, when it comes to performing, you know, she's like, the speakers were whack, this, that, and the third. And when the speakers are playing my song, just make sure the song is loud too. Make sure the song is loud because she can't sing. Let's be honest. Let's have a candid conversation. Auto-tune does the heavy lifting for her all the time. And all we have to do, we just got to tell the whole truth all the time, because what happens is people forget. People don't want to tell the truth all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Tell the whole truth all the time.
So, okay, I'll just sing along. Ha ha. It's just better that way. So I don't have to rehearse raw vocals. Yeah, I got you. Awesome. I'm really excited, Lo. Yeah, performances are always better just singing along to the song. I mean, this was someone with no talent. Now, when it comes to her contract, before we bring up Charlie, which we're going to bring up in like 2 minutes, let's go over her contract. So this is the contract between her and Charlie. I highlighted the important stuff. The importance is, if you really want to know, her guarantee is $800, which, you know, he foolishly agreed to. I told him about that over the phone. He was like, damn, she got me. Hey, man, you don't know what you don't know. All right. So $800 was her guarantee for a performance. Okay. Payment of the balance. As you know, these conventions work when you have a guarantee. You need to sit your ass at that booth and collect them signatures, take them pictures, interact with fans. Okay, well, what she was doing was not that. She was walking around, socializing, thinking she the goddamn life of the party because she happy she just got a free trip out of someone who had no idea about who she was. So let's continue to go through her contract. But this was, I think, the biggest part. This was the biggest part. I don't think it was nothing else I highlighted. It's pretty standard. Pretty standard stuff. Additional clauses. Man, my man gave her a per diem. Like, shit, I need to book with Charlie. Shit, like, hey, what you gonna do? Cover drama live. All right. Here we go. The client will be given a $50 a day per diem, which is this is money to eat with. He will provide airfare from JFK Airport to Fort Myers. Round trip transportation will also be provided from the airport to the hotel to the venue. She will sign. I wonder, did he get his 15 promotional items? I mean, if you need paperweights. I'm sorry, Charles. I'm sorry. I'm bringing them up soon. The promoter, Charles, is responsible for arranging the hotel of 3.5 better for Skye. 3.5 stars are better for Skye, and that was it. But, you know, enough about me. Enough about me. Let me bring up the person who is courageously coming forward. That most people have no idea how hard it is to come forward and do all this, because it is truly, hold on, Charlie, give me 1 second before I put you up on the big screen. Deep breaths. He's pacing himself, guys. Give me a second. I gotta set up some things, but what do you guys think of the story so far? What do you guys think of this? Mute the stream, Charlie. There we go. All right. So without further ado, everybody, I am about to introduce you to the person who put everything together. Give a big round of applause for Charlie. All right, we are live, Charlie. So, Charlie, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing today?
I am well. I am well. We are here. Everyone is here to see you, here to hear your story. But before we get into it, tell us just a little bit about Charlie's Con and what it's about for those who may not know.
Yeah, so the show we just had this Saturday, January 11th, was my third annual Charlie's Comic Con. As you see in the lineup right there, we had a great guest of people. And it's a family fun, interactive event, everything from a car show to panels to cosplay. Um, and it starts from 10 to 5. It's an all day event. It's fun. We got great vendors. I have great cosplay guests. A lot of it's a lot of fun, and I just want to thank you for having me on here today too. Thanks for your time as well.
Oh man, no problem. You know, guys, Charlie, if you don't know, I usually hold a lot of people accountable, especially in this industry. Can you tell us how you came across my name? How was that experience just from you on the outside looking in before you get into the key details of what happened with you and Skye?
So after the con, which we'll get into that, um, I saw her very nice post on Facebook, and I didn't engage, and I wasn't going to. And then close friends of mine, and some not very close, but people I get along with, have contacted me. Some were like, "Hey, you got to do this," or some were like, "Hey," and then some were just like, "Henry Resilient is already on it, and he believes you."
Oh, okay. Look, man, all I do is usually cover stories with a little bit of truth to it. You know, as long as you got a story with some proof that it happened, chances are I'll cover it, you know. But we are deep out here. I'm happy that they all recommended you or recommended me to you, but you know, let give us some details. You know, let's just start at the beginning.
Okay.
When you booked her, how was it? How was she?
So I'm gonna leave out a lot of names because I just want to keep this strictly about the situation. So when I booked her. I'm gonna tell you why I booked her. I booked her because she seemed very energetic. I watched YouTube videos of her, um, and she seemed fun, and she had a lot of followers at the time on Instagram. Keep in mind, if you look at the contract, I think it was like 8 months ago or something. It was a while ago
Mm-hmm.
when I booked her. So, pardon me.
Fine.
So moving forward, I had a hard time getting a hold of her, and her manager had some situations. But anyway, I got a hold of her. I said, "Hey, I'm Charlie, blah blah blah." And then she was a little confused. She was like, "Oh, are you am I flying to your show, or you booked my are you buying my ticket?" Which I thought was weird, unless they're local. Some of them, just drive in. If they're like an hour, 2 hours away, I just give them a table. But no, I was like, no, I got you. Obviously, you seen that, and then I booked her flight, got her out here, and she was very nice, transparent throughout the past couple of months until the Friday uh, before the before the event,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when I found out who she really was.
Yeah, man. We have known about her for a while. We have known about her for a while. Now, tell me about when you picked her up from the airport.
So my wife picked her up. Uh, she said she was a very nice girl, nice
Mm-hmm.
lady. I don't want to offend anybody, but she came. We met up. She came by the house, and it was great because I could talk to her about the performance, about the times, about the setup, everything about the event. I could get out the way. So in the morning, I could just deal with the other 7 people and explain to them. On top of everything else I have to do, get the vendor set up, the food trucks, all that, the cosplay, all the stuff that comes wrong along with the con. I'm sure you've been to plenty of cons, and it's all about the same thing. So she comes to the house, and she starts off very nice, very enthusiastic, excited, giving compliments, and then she brought her own wine. Yeah, and she started.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Wait. You bring her to your place and she shows up with like, "Hey guys, I got my own in her purse."
kind of. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
So keep in mind, I have family in town for this to show support for the event. They're flying in from all over, so it was about 8 of us, including one of my best friends.
Uh-huh.
And in the chat, there are some people there that are testifying to some of his actions. But so we're all in the same room, and everything was fine. But when she started drinking, it's a different person came out, and she started saying things that a normal person would not say if they never met you. Um, and that's when I kind of knew we might have a problem on our hands here.
Now, what did she say? Because you told me she said something about her father. And it's, it's not even a secret that other people know sort of in the community what she said. So from you, what did you personally hear her say?
Yeah, and I just want to be very clear that I'm not trying to get popular or anything or beef with Skye. I just want to be clear. I want to tell the truth, and that's it. Okay. So whatever I'm about to say is what actually happened. If people choose not to believe me, that's fine. I'm not here to try to convince everybody, but I'm gonna tell you. So she started drinking, and then she starts talking about her dad, which is fine. I mean, that's one of the main reasons she's known. And she starts talking about his sexuality. Um, and I don't want to get too much into that because I just thought that was really weird for her to bring that up to begin with. And then she goes in discussing her how she's living in a shelter in New York City, and then she starts bragging about getting a hold of Section 8, and I'm like thinking, and we're looking, my aunt, my cousins, my best friend, and we're all looking at each other. Why is she saying this? And how did she get so drunk? And she only had like a sip.
Right.
So it was getting really awkward at this point. Like there was nothing funny about it. It was just uncomfortable for everybody. And then that's when my wife took her to the hotel. And because once she was bringing all this Section 8 up and bragging about it and all this stuff, it was just being really uncomfortable. And throughout the night, she called me. I was talking to my brother-in-law. We're sitting down, and he helps with everything, setting up tables, whatever. And she calls, and she's like, "Give me the number of so and so. I got a bottle of champagne. I just want to hang out with him." Yeah, you just want to hang out at 12 o'clock, 12:30 at night. No, I'm not going to bother the guy.
Oh my God.
We're going to go read a book together. No, come on. And so I just ignored it. The next day, we're setting up. She comes in with the shades on. You already know what time it is when you come in with the shades on, man.
Mm-hmm.
So did I miss anything so far?
Well, before we talk about what happened at the con, let me make something clear, guys. She said, Charlie, he's being nice about it. She said her father unalived himself due to his sexuality, which was, being gay. So, that's the first thing. Me, I don't care, what people's sexuality is, but for him to be gone and for her to say that, I think that's completely out of line. And a lot of people will probably give her some grace and say, oh, she was drunk. Well, she didn't seem uncomfortable about saying it. So I can only imagine how many other people she said it, considering the room was full of people. You said your wife was there, your aunt was there, other people was there. And people are like, oh, it was drunk Skye. I'm like, nah, this is likely who she is. And she also talked about getting over on Section 8. And you said that she was able to get over because she was hiding the money or something.
Well, I don't know exactly how this works with her, but I'm pretty sure she's doing something. I don't keep track of her books, but for her to bring that up and kind of brag about it, that also hit me in a kind of weird way. You don't meet many people that drunk is like, hey, I got a Section 8 today. Come on, it's a very peculiar thing to brag about, and even bring up. A lot of people, if they are on Section 8, they're not proud of it. They're just trying to live their best life and get through it.
Yeah. Yeah. And let me see. I got my notes. The wine was Chardonnay, guys. If you guys are wondering what kind of wine she showed up with, it was Chardonnay. But now let's get to the night of the con. Hopefully we answered your question, Chad. Let's get to the night of the con, the day of the con. How was that experience with her?
It was okay at the beginning, and I had a situation where I had to go and help the parking attendants. It was getting too crowded, and I had to redirect some traffic. So I was over there, and one of the staff says, "Hey, I need you to go and talk to Skye." I was like, "Well, what's the situation?" They said that Skye is having a moment because she told one of the staff that she has a hangover. So I was like, whatever. I go over there, check on her. She has people rubbing her back, comforting her. And I said, hey guys, give me a second. I said, Skye, what's wrong? She's like, I'm having a panic attack. I can't perform. I was like, well, I didn't want you to perform to begin with. That was your idea. So I'm just easy going. I was like, all right, we could put this together. But I was like, okay, that's fine. If you're not comfortable with performing, that's okay. And then I was like, but can you at least get back to your table? I mean, you haven't been at your table a lot. You've been walking around all over the place. And then that's when she says to me, I got my guarantee. I was like, yeah, I'm well aware, but can you be at your table to try to make the guarantee? She's like, why? I'm getting paid regardless.
Wait. So, and guys, Charlie sent me pictures. He sent me pictures of her not at her table. So you mean to tell me she is not only not at her table trying to make her guarantee, she literally threw it in your face that she has a guarantee and she didn't need to be at her table.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right. It was a weird situation. I never been in a situation like that because most of the time the talent doesn't even want to leave their table.
Right.
They don't want to. Some of them don't even want to do panels. They just want to make money, do their thing, go home. This was the first time somebody said, well, I'm getting paid regardless, and I'm gonna get my money even if I don't do anything.
Yo, I would have been pissed off. I would have been livid because I get they have a guarantee, but at the same time they should be working to make that guarantee so you don't lose out on them.
Exactly.
And whereas other people are there probably like working hard, working the crowd. She's over there not at her booth, throwing it in your face that you gave her a guarantee and that, hey, it's on you. That's horrendous. That's horrendous. And pulling this fake, I'm having anxiety or whatever BS crap she was pulling to try to mask her hangover.
Yeah, that was like the third time she had a panic attack. Now it's just like, this is what you do though. Like you want to get booked, you say you're going to perform and all this, and everything triggers you. I mean, maybe it's just not the career for you. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but so as the day go on, every time she was at her table, she was like falling asleep or something. And
oh my God.
Yeah. And so moving forward at the end of the night, her guarantee was 800. Oh, by the way, when people were going to her table, she was just giving away the signatures for free. So she wasn't even trying on top of everything to get the guarantee. So that was, very frustrating as well.
Wow. You know, the
But
crazy thing is, if I can see her giving away free signatures if she already met her guarantee, like she already made 800, I'm going to
yeah,
give away some signatures, fine. But when you don't have your guarantee and you're giving away free signatures that basically hurts you, you are paying for the signatures, Charlie. That's so disrespectful to the convention owner. And I wonder, has she done this before, or are you just the first person that they give her a guarantee? I truly don't know, but you speaking up will probably alert other convention owners. Hey, don't book with this person. This is how they treated me. Not saying she's gonna treat you like this, but this is what happened to me. Um, wow. So what happened? After the convention, after she showed up drunk, after she made the statements about her father and her living conditions, and showing up to the convention floor hungover, not at her booth, reminding you have a guarantee, so you're gonna pay her no matter what. What happened? Uh, let's address this. You quote unquote cursing at her.
so we give her the money,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't too happy. And I did make a comment to her that I do regret, and I apologize. I do apologize about that. Um, I did call her a scumbag, and it's not right. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's a great citizen to some people, great taxpayer and all that great stuff. But yeah, I did make that comment, but I didn't cuss her out in front of a bunch of people and everything. But yeah, I did make that statement.
Okay. So he's taking accountability. He's like, yeah, he called her a scumbag, all that good stuff. So now the con is over. She already pulled the BS. What was it like? What accommodations did you provide to her for the airport?
I text her agent. I said, "What do you want to do?" Her agent just said the text message just said red. And worst comes to worst, I would have just gave her agent some money
this is
for Uber.
this is her agent, guys. This Nigeria Gardner who put on SplatCon, where people are still waiting for their money back. So I've heard. So you text her, it says red, nothing happens.
Well, I didn't want to bring up Nigeria's name or anything
Oh,
like that, man. She's all right with me, and I don't want to.
okay.
Yeah,
She's off the screen, man. Say
yeah.
less.
Like I said, man, I'm a straight up person, man, and
All right.
but yeah, I didn't hear anything, so I just thought they worked it out or whatever. And sometimes I just reimbursed the agents or whatever. I mean, worst comes to worst, the Uber would have been like $15.
Right,
You know,
right, right.
where Skye could have messaged me afterwards and said, "Hey, what's going on? How do I get back?" I would have just gave her some money too, but she didn't hit me back, the agent, so I didn't know what to do. So I heard I didn't hear anything until I saw that post, and yeah, and then here we are.
Wow. Wow. Now you said something was when she got to the airport, when I think you said your sister, or not your sister, but someone who, excuse me, who you've been working with for years, took her to the airport and they had a conversation in the car that you were made aware of. Can you tell them about a little bit about that conversation?
They were taking her to the hotel,
Okay.
and she was in the vehicle and saying that she was scared for her life,
Oh my God.
that um she was never been so nervous, never been in a never been treated like that. And everything about her from what I seen in those 3 days or 2 days is playing victim. Everything's victim from everything from her father on down. Everything is being a victim. And she's gonna go on. She's not gonna change. I mean, I hope she does become a better person, but that's what she does. She plays the victim on everything. She was saying that her baby daddy beat her up and knocked her teeth out.
Oh
It's
my God.
everything is a victim with her, and yeah. So she did say she was going to blast me, and that's fine. Like if you read in the comments, people that know me, they know me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm not saying my show is the biggest or the best, but we try hard.
Yeah.
You know, and we had some feedback from people. Oh, Charles, it was a little crimp. All right, fine. Today I booked a bigger venue. You know, everything I listen to people and I try to adjust and make things better. But if she wants to go up there and people want to believe her, that's on them.
Well,
You know,
you coming here being transparent about what actually happened is going to do way more damage to her credibility than her spouting off. They're lying on me. They hate me. She's going to try to virtue signal and gaslight all of her fans to think, she's been attacked when we're just really just reaccounting what the events that took place. She could say a bunch of things about you, but I doubt she'll call you a liar. You know what I'm saying? Because as I see, there are some people in the audience who said they were there, they witnessed this. Eric Pensina, he was like, "Oh yeah, she was there. This all happened. I've seen it." So you do have some support from the fandom behind you, along with there's a bunch of people who are not in the audience, who are not chatting, who support you silently through me and my DMs.
yeah. And I thank you guys for that. I really do. Because it's so easy to get one side of the story and just go with it. I was reading some of the comments from some people there and on her page, and they were thanking her for dodging a bullet.
Oh my God.
Sandy Selner, the lady from Alpha 5. You dodged a bullet? Come on. I dodged a bullet, not booking you.
Ooh.
You know, it's because if you want to believe something that you don't know anything about, that's fine. But there's always two sides of the story, and I just don't. And thank you for giving me a platform.
Oh yeah, man, this is gonna be viewed by at least 1,000 people, maybe more. And it's just another notch to her credibility, another notch to it. And any questions you guys have for him before he goes? Thank you so much, Charlie, for coming up here and providing your story. Because, like I said, most convention owners, most victims of hers, they just go away silently. Go away silently.
Yeah, no, of course, man. Even that's why I told you we'll do it live. And
look, guys, I was shocked as hell when he was like, I was like, hey man, we can record this, and then I could put a bow on it and put it out. He's like, nah. I'll be live. We could do it live. What time? All right, I'll be there. Alucard Morningstar, shout out to you, Alucard, says Skye just needs some of that sweet chin music. LOL. Thank you for the donut, Morningstar. Anyone else with questions? Put a question mark. For other than that, we're probably gonna let Charlie get out of here. What made you get into?
No, fuck that shit.
What made you get into conventions and doing your own convention?
I was in the military for 8 years, and I used to travel, and I would attend different conventions throughout the United States, and even some local over here now. And it's just something I'm passionate about. I'm a comic book collector to begin with, and it started off and going, and it just kept going, and it's just I love the atmosphere, the people, and the connections, and you meet some great people that I normally would have never met.
Yeah, your guest list was pretty stacked to be quote unquote a small convention owner. But we have another question from Juicebox Poppy, who said, did you see her doing anything shady with any other talent? Do you recall seeing anything shady? I don't think he did. He said she wanted like a room number to somebody, but he didn't get it.
But yeah, I told my friend Henry here, that kind of stuff.
When I start selling pussy.
So that was it. Any other questions, guys? We have a Cobra Kai cosplayer named Strife, the gaming channel. He's actually he's here to steal my audience, but I'll give him some plug anyway. He said book him if you have any Cobra Kai guests. Do you watch Cobra Kai by any chance?
Yeah, we did have one, and he canceled the Monday of. I used to see Aiden Minks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had filming, so I don't blame him. You can make whatever thousands of dollars compared to a 1 day event.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. If anybody wants to come and show some support, you can follow us on Instagram at Charlie's Comic Con or on Facebook at Charlie's Comic Con as well. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Charlie. I'm gonna drop your channel in the chat, your Insta in the chat. Guys, go support Charlie, man. He ain't asking for nothing but a follow, and it's free. So with that out the way, Charlie, man, I appreciate you coming by. You can come back up anytime, any story. If you want some promo, just shoot me an email. I got you. All right.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys. That was Charlie. Everybody clap it up for Charlie, man. Clap it up. Clap it up. Not everyone is willing to expose some of the people up in here. And shout out to Morningstar again, who said, Charlie, you get respect for being a classy man. Very classy guy, man. He had some trepidation about some things he told me, we couldn't share, but he was clear, he was concise. Let me know what you think of Skye as she disgracefully disrespected her father, disrespected Charlie at Charlie Comic Con, guys.